what you call the corners of the phone used to function as a frame, the sides, but now they have
Oh, okay.
curved sides,
Mm-hmm.
so that uh, the thing that they
Oh,
don't
okay.
have that
That's
magnetic
interesting.
frame.
Yeah. Well, welcome everybody. We are live, number 75. We were just discussing the horrible tragedy that is the iPhone 6. Hashtag, what is it, Raj? Bendgate?
Bendgate, yeah.
Bentgate, yes. So look that up. All you people that have your iPhone 6, check it and make sure that it's not bent.
Please bend it and let us know if it bends or not.
Yeah, and we want to know if it bends back. I mean, if it bends one way, does it bend the other and stay? You know.
Then it gets damaged. If you
Yeah.
try to put it back in position, then there will be permanent damage. That's
Okay.
what.
This is a $14 phone, and I can't bend it at all. So in that regards, it's much better than a $500.
That's right.
iPhone.
Yeah.
You could use that as a weapon too, Frank. Somebody attacks you, you can hit them with it.
You can use it as a hockey puck if you're really, desperate for a game.
Air hockey.
You know, it does not take a genius to make a big phone. You know.
Yeah. Well,
yeah, that's right.
Look at Samsung. So yeah, welcome everybody. Episode 75 of this live train wreck we do every Sunday night. We've got Frank from California. Welcome, Frank.
Hey.
Raj from New Delhi, right?
Yep. Good morning.
Beautiful, sunny India. We got Rui from Lisbon, Portugal.
Yes, hello.
And I am coming to you from Scotland today. I don't know if any of you are golf fans, but the Ryder Cup was held in Scotland, and America got its butt whipped by the Europeans on a Scottish course. So to celebrate Europe's victory in 8 out of the last 10 Ryder Cups, I'm pouring myself a little single malt Scotch.
I honestly don't know much about golf, but I do support Tiger Woods' lifestyle.
Yeah, okay. Endorsed by Raj. This is the peated malt Old Ballantrae. Now it's a single malt, but it doesn't have a number of years on it, so it's not super expensive. But do any of you guys drink Scotch at all?
I hate Scotch. I really do.
It's
at least 18 years old.
Okay.
That's just not smooth enough for me.
But yeah, Scotch has, I guess it's either peaty or non-peat, and the peat is that real smoky, earthy stuff. This is what I call a peat bomb. It's just full-on peat. But it's not too bad.
I tried one. I can't remember what it was, but it was very, very smoky flavored, and it definitely wasn't something that I would ever use.
Yeah, that's peaty, smoky. Yeah, they roast the malt that they use to distill over peat, like smoldering peat. So that's how you get that real smoky. Yeah, it's definitely a sipper though. You know, it definitely takes your time. So I'm celebrating Scottish golf and their victory over the Americans yet again in the Ryder Cup. So, oh well. I guess there's always 2 years. Yeah.
So if the Americans win, would you be drinking some Kentucky bourbon?
Mm-hmm. I would. I would. Well, depending where it was held. 2 years ago was in Kentucky, so if they won, I would have had Kentucky bourbon. In 2 years, it's in Minnesota, Hazeltine National, which is outside of Minneapolis, I guess. So I don't know what you drink up there.
Beer.
Yeah, probably just like really cheap beer. Yeah, cheap beer, like old style.
Ribbon.
Yeah, Pabst Blue Ribbon, old style, something like that. Yeah.
Get your Colt 45 ready.
That's Billy D. Williams approved. Now, come on.
Yeah.
Okay, on to serious stuff here. Photography. We've got a few images posted to the group, and then I want to talk a little bit about what we talked about last week, which was kind of like photo themes. Maybe we can come up with some kind of photo theme for the next month or so, and then the pimp my photo, for lack of a better, I haven't come up with a better term, option, where we could either maybe put a tag or something on photos that we post to the Flickr group that says, hey, I want some help with this. Please use your Photoshop wizardry and figure out how to maybe post-process it differently than I did.
Mm-hmm.
And so I think that might be cool. I don't know what we'll use for a tag. Maybe it's PMP. I don't know. I don't know if that's been taken on Flickr or not. For Pimp My Photo, but we can come up with something for that. And then I set up, if you don't want to use, I guess, a JPEG, just download the image from Flickr and rework it. I set up a shared folder on Google Drive. Rui's suggestion, and I need to find it, but it is a shared folder, so you could upload to that. I'll put the link. I'll put it here in Mark's photography spot, and I'll also put it in the Flickr group. I'll do a post to the Flickr group with the link to the shared folder. So if you wanted to upload, the raw file or something like that, you can upload it there, and then we can download it and work on it in Photoshop or whatever we want to do. So that might be an option for larger file formats or full size files rather than having to work with the hey, there you go, Rui. There's the folder.
There you go.
And it's got a if you notice it's got a very sweet picture of Mickey and Minnie Mouse in it that I uploaded to see if it works. So if you guys want to pimp Minnie and Mickey, you can do that.
All right.
But yeah, so I think that might be a good way to do it, and we'll just have to come up maybe with a tag. I'm in the group right now. I don't know. You can search tags in Flickr. Let's see. PMP. I typed in PMP and I came up with a bunch of stuff. Let's see. All of these words. Search in tags. I'll have to take a look and see. Well, I'll come up with a tag and I'll post a thing in there with a tag to use. But I think that'd be a good way to kind of just flag an image that you want people to work on, and maybe give some alternative choices to, or processing ideas to. It could be a good way to do it. Let's talk about themes. Coming up on October here. I think maybe we can do a couple themes. Maybe one that's maybe I know you gave a bunch of stuff, Frank, that was kind of concepts as well as specific photography styles. Mm-hmm. And you suggested a few, Rui, that were kind of along that same line. Mm-hmm. What do you think about maybe doing a theme that is maybe more, I don't know, abstract or concept-based, and then maybe another one that is a style of photography or a type of photography, maybe like macro and fall or something, and then just kind of have that out there so people can, if they want to work on a particular type of or technique, maybe we can address that, and then have more of a concept or idea-based thing that you can interpret however you want. Just come up with something that's a little unique.
So have one that's more geared for learning the technical side, and another one that's theme-based.
Yeah, I think that might be good. Maybe do like macro and a theme, or HDR and a theme, or a specific focal length. I mean, that might be fun. What can you do with this? Pick a 50 millimeter focal length, zoom, black and white, that type of thing. But then also have more of a kind of a generic concept or idea that you can interpret however you want.
You know what? We can start with in a few directions. One, we can do things which are really challenging for us. We all have a comfort zone, so we can choose subjects which, take us out of our comfort zone. Mm-hmm. Or we can start right opposite. So start with something that we are really comfortable with, but eventually get to something which is gonna, take us out of our comfort zone and improve our photography. So we can do that as well.
Yeah, I mean, I think that's a good point, because if you just keep shooting the same stuff that you're comfortable with, you get really good at that, but maybe you don't get better as a photographer overall. So maybe portraits might be one. I mean, that's one that I have done almost zero, portraits or people photography or street photography or...
You started with the street photography now, right?
Mm-hmm.
You've started with street photography now.
I started with street photography, or
in Chicago, you did some street photography.
A little bit, yeah, yes, a little bit, and cities are great places to do it. So it's that's one of the things I'm kind of personally working on. I haven't had a lot of opportunity, but when we were in Chicago, I had the opportunity to do some. So I mean, yeah, that's one area where I haven't done much, but I would like to do more. And then I know everybody's got things that they want to work on themselves, you know, just a little different. Or you could even do a theme that's maybe even post-processing related. I don't know.
Yeah.
You know, like composition, you know, blending photos or something like that.
Yeah.
You know, we could even do that. But we should probably come up with something here to start off. since October is in 2 days. We need to come up with something pretty basic and maybe set that theme and then just see how it works. And you know.
Sure. Either way, it works for me. You know, I'm up for anything.
Okay. All right.
So.
I know you suggested bokeh, and so did you, Frank. I think was one of the things you suggested. That might be. I mean, that's a good basic starting point. Maybe we do something like that. Kind of explore the you know, the wide open aperture, or compressing the background using zoom. You know, that type of thing. There's a couple different ways to accomplish that. So do something like that, and then a concept. Maybe come up with you know, a theme or more of a generic or conceptual-based theme. You know, pick a word, any word maybe, and see how we interpret it as photographers.
It's got a dictionary.
You can just take all the ideas and put them in a hat. Mark's photo hat.
Mm-hmm.
Start with anything. Bokeh is a very interesting topic, actually.
Yeah, yeah, I think that would be a good one. You want to do like a seasonal theme, fall?
Fall.
And that could be anything. That could be related to the season. It could be falling. You know, anything related to that. I mean, so it could be colors, textures, actions, people. You know, misadventures of people. You know, banana peels and people. Come up with all kinds of ideas.
Yeah.
Things in motion. I mean, that would be a great way for motion photography too. Falling. Why don't we do that? We'll do bokeh and
fall.
Fall.
Yeah, sounds good.
We'll do that for the month of October. I'm going to write this down so I can actually. I'm going to add it to the notes in on YouTube. And maybe, because I'm sure those tags have been taken on Flickr, why don't we, if we put something in front of that, like a precursor,
or before, like MP.
Yeah, like
MPS,
MPS, and then BOKEH and MPS FALL.
Yep.
Okay. We'll do that. That way we can search it and use that, and that'll be for the month of October. So we've got what, at least four more weeks, since we're right on October's in 2 days. Starts in 2 days, so that might be good. Okay, so that's the official theme. Mark's Photography Spot theme for October is fall and bokeh. So get those f1.2 lenses out and have somebody jump off a building for you, and you can get them both. You can combine the two. You know, you can get a leaf falling with some bokeh.
We can ask somebody to jump for us and not even, you know, shoot it properly.
Yeah, there's lots of options.
Keep it all blurred.
Lots of options. That's a great thing about photography. Interpret it however you want. There's we're not here to judge. We're just here to critique. How about that? So okay, so we'll do bokeh and fall for October. Good start. And so any of you watching here, either now or after the fact, submit photos with those themes to the Mark's Photography Spot group on Flickr, and we can go through and do them. Hopefully, we'll all be able to get out and make some images here in the next few weeks to kind of follow that theme or those themes a little bit, and we'll see what we got. It'll be good. Cool. What do you think? Jump into the photos here. See what we have.
Sounds good.
All
Sure.
right. Let's go ahead and do the screen share here. See what we got. There we go. I think. Is this the last image, or was this one? I think this was the last one we talked about last week, right? I think.
No, we didn't. We didn't.
No,
go
this
down.
is the first for this week.
Okay, this was yours, Frank,
Yep.
the last
Right.
one. Yes, Pfeiffer Beach. Very nice. Very, very nice image. Got to get back out there. All right, here's the first one this week. This is from Joe. Motel Model 01. Is this? It says. I don't know if this is. Probably from. When was he taken September 21st? So I don't know if he was back in Albuquerque or he found a. Got lined up with some models in Phoenix, but it is a kind of a dark and moody image.
Yeah,
It's got
very expressive.
very very dark, great eyes, face, lots of hair, super dark black hair in black and white treatment. Some nice lighting from the left. And it's got a film look to it, too. High ISO, maybe? I don't know. I don't think he has the EXIF on here. No. But to me, it looks like it's got a little bit
This was,
of rain or noise to it. A little bit.
It is really dark, though.
Yeah, it is. It is dark. It was probably intentional, I would hope. Either that or he's underexposed a little bit and didn't realize it as he went through processing. But it's definitely very dark. But it's probably the theme he wanted with the black, just super dark black hair. Yeah, just kind of a very, very dark theme. Oh, yeah, I didn't post the EXIF information. So, but it looks like it's got some texture to it. So I don't know if that's just noise or if he added a little bit of grain to the image.
Yeah, it could be film.
Yeah. That would be a shock if Joe shot film. Let's see.
Canon 40D.
Yeah, that's his 40D.
yeah.
That's not his film. I think maybe he's feeling bad. He wishes he could get his film camera, so maybe he's adding some texture, some grain to the images. But yeah, no, it does have a very film noir. I don't know, film noir, is that the right?
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, kind of that kind of theme to it. But very nice. Hopefully he gets. I think he's still kind of in temporary housing in Phoenix as he tries to find a house. I hope he gets lined up with more models. I know it takes a while to find. Okay, really? Now I see the title. I looked at it real quick and it said Being, and I was like, Being? Oh, there's the bee, I guess, right?
Yeah.
Right on the fern leaf. Is this?
Film from the Mamiya. One of the scanned
All right.
frames from the
Delta 100.
slide.
Cool. It's got a very interesting green cast to the whole image.
Yeah.
Greenish blue.
Yeah, and I bumped up the temperature, so it was very, very blue.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
I pushed up the temperature a bit, and I liked the green.
Mm-hmm.
And that's somewhat what it looked like.
Okay. Yep, got that.
The blue version wasn't that bad also, so but I liked the green better.
Cooled it down a little bit, or warmed it up a little bit, I guess, right? Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
You got the stem of the plant coming through here. Yeah, that's an interesting.
The most interesting part is that at f55, at 5.6 aperture, he has like extremely shallow depth of field. That's very interesting.
I think that was the.
Yeah, this was scanned with Canon, but taken with Mamiya and 50mm 2.0 f2.
Okay.
So he did.
So the original is filmed.
Take a picture of the negative or of the slide. Yeah.
Okay. So when you took the picture, the actual picture on your Mamiya, at that time you were using a very fast lens.
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah, f2. Yep, and it was pretty much. It was wide open when you took that. Really?
I can't really remember, but I bet something around 2.8.
Okay. All right. But you were focused in pretty close, so that I kind of did get the background a little blurry just by that. Yeah, that's cool. All that green, and you got this little bit of bee right there.
Is it a spider or a beetle?
That's an actual.
It's a bee.
It's a bee.
Oh, it is a bee.
Yeah.
That's interesting. And was the vignette, was that just from the scan itself?
It was no, I didn't. It's probably because it was on the shade, and the day wasn't that bright, and this was a little late when we were coming back home.
Okay.
And probably because of that.
Mm-hmm.
But also it could do with the scanning.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
But I'd bet a little on the late hour and shade part.
Yeah.
Okay, Rui, what is the yellow thing? Excuse me. What's the yellow thing towards the right-hand side bottom?
That's
down here,
light leak from the sprockets.
Yes. Okay. There's like three little, or four actually on the right half of the picture. Yeah.
Yeah.
A little bit of. Is that kind of where you had the rubber band?
Light leak. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So it wasn't. The film was just a little bit above the surface of the box, so you're getting some light in there.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, that's light leak.
Light leak.
Oh, that's interesting.
Yeah, but you were doing this. You didn't see the. He did a video, Raj, where he showed how he had it. He did a hangout a couple weeks ago. We showed how he set it up, and he just.
Actually, it's in the description. If you want to check it out.
Oh yeah, there it is. Result of. Yeah, so check it out. But yeah, you essentially just stretched the across the light box and held it down with rubber bands on each end. Right. Yeah. So you got it mostly flat, but a little bit of variation in that corner.
Light coming out of the sprockets. Yeah.
Yeah. Sprockets. Very cool. All right, Raj, you've posted a few here, and this one is very it's a great color to it. And was this kind of in that same spot where you took that other sunset image that's more of the blue tone?
I'm sorry, which one?
Oh, this one here has got a great golden hue to it, but was it in the same general area where you posted the other image a couple farther down?
Yeah, okay. all three images were from the same place. I was traveling, so this is from a city called Ahmedabad, where my friend stays. So I stayed at his house for like for a few days, and this entire trip we were so busy shooting the film that I didn't get an opportunity to take any pictures. So this was the first time I actually took my Nikon camera out and started shooting some film, like some stills. And this particular one I posted because there has been a lot of photoshopping done on this one. The pole that you see left hand side, that had one video camera, surveillance camera on it. I got rid of that.
Okay.
And then there was some wire going through from this pole to this tree. I don't know whether it was wire or something, but there was something. So I got rid of that thing.
Wow.
And the bench opposite, right in front of bench, there was a 1 feet tall. There used to be a banyan tree, and that was cut down. And just like this tree that you see in the right hand side, there was a huge. They have. Yeah, exactly like the way they have made the space for this tree. There was a huge space for the remains of that tree. Okay, so I got rid of that thing, and that was big, way big, bigger than this one. Yeah. And there were a few birds because it was evening, so there were a few birds. I got rid of those birds. And in the latest version of this photograph, I've even added a sun because there was no sun. So in the latest version, that is there in my profile. I didn't add it here. I've even added a sun. And obviously there were buildings. This is like those behind the tree. There were buildings which were distracting, so I got rid of all the buildings in the background.
Wow.
So that is where I posted this image mainly.
Yeah. So very, very, very nice. Now I'm guessing you were talking about this other tree that was in front of the bench. Was it right here?
Hang on. Oh. Yeah, that area exactly. That's the area.
But you kind of continue the shadow over, but yeah, it looks, it's like 95%, but there's just it looks just a slightly different. But if you hadn't said if you hadn't said you removed it, I wouldn't have.
Yeah, the shadow portion that you see, that is the exact place. Where you were moving your cursor, that is the actual part. Mm-hmm. Yeah, that above that.
Okay.
Yes, that portion. That shadow portion, that is the portion where they had that tree thing.
Yeah, but if you hadn't said that, Raj, I wouldn't have noticed. Mm-hmm. But as soon as you said or remove something right in front of the bench, I'm like, okay. But if you hadn't said that,
there's got to be something on there.
Yes. Yeah, it looks like just some erroneous shadow there.
Yeah, I mean it looks completely in place, but knowing that you removed something, then But where was the camera? Was it on about right up in this section of the post, of the light post? Okay.
Yeah, right below the post, there was a surveillance camera.
Yeah, you did a really good job with this. I mean, that is... Now, my question is, because I've been playing around with Photoshop and, kind of doing layers and stuff, and I end up with just gigantically huge files. I mean, like, 200 megabyte, 300 megabyte. If I don't collapse it down, if I save it with all the layers. How big was this image before you... Did you save it with all the layer information or not?
What I do is I take a lot of images. Obviously, for this place, I had many images. I exported all of them, and obviously, I shoot raw. Mm-hmm. Then I develop images in Lightroom. Initial developing happens in Lightroom. Mm-hmm. No editing. Editing 100% happens on Photoshop. And what I do is, after editing it completely, I transfer. Let me remember. I think I don't convert it into anything. I transfer TIFF with no compression to Photoshop. So I convert it into, I export it as a TIFF file, and TIFF files are not compressed. And then in Photoshop, depending on edits, the final edit, like for this, I could have had like 2, 3 more images. So final image would be saved with the layers and all the edits. But rest of them, I just don't bother to save them because yes, you're right, they become really huge.
Yeah. So this final image with the layers and everything was probably 150 to 200 meg, probably, if you saved all the layers and everything.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
Yes, they will be.
And there's no real way to get out of that other than just saving it without the layers, right? Yeah.
Yeah, the PSD with all the layers and all the actions you've done, it's usually around that. Even when I edit something in Photoshop, even like 5 to 10 layers and 7 to 20 actions, it's usually 250 megabytes.
Yeah, yeah. Because each layer basically adds, if you start off with a 15 megapixel image, each layer just copies it. So,
yeah.
Good. Hey, Tim. Hey, Wes. Welcome.
Hello.
Hi, Tim.
Hey, guys.
Hi, Wes.
I don't know if you guys were watching earlier, but we came up with themes for October. So if you guys wanted to do any photography and come up with the theme, we came up with the theme of bokeh and fall. It's kind of like 2 themes. So interpret that however you want. Okay. And you could submit images to the group with the just with the tags of MPS bokeh and MPS fall, and that way we can just search. We can just search for it, and we'll try it out for a month. See how it goes, and if we like it or whatever, and then we can always change it. But maybe for the month of October, if there's any particular theme that you want to apply to your photography, maybe think of those 2.
October is still summer here in Florida, so
yeah.
Unfortunately,
you can interpret fall however you want.
Yeah, I'll try.
So, but yeah, we'll do that as a theme, and I'll post the link and everything in the video here, as well as I'll do a post in the group. And really, I created a folder in Google Drive to if you wanted to upload full res images and have us be able to download and post-process it a little differently. I created a folder that we can share to hold like raw files or whatever that we can download into Lightroom or Photoshop and rework if you want us to rework it. We can do it that way. Go under the pimp my photo category, so you can rework the images. But
cool.
Yeah, add a couple new features here. Yeah, so Raj eliminated a lot of stuff in this image. Came out really nice. I really like it. The colors are great.
Thank you.
Yeah.
The version with the sun is nice as well. Looks really good.
The next one, yeah. I'll go there and take a look. Next one. Now, did you add the sun to this one, Raj?
No, this one is like the sun was already there.
Oh, okay. All right. You posted another version
of the same image, the bench one, the one with the bench.
Mm-hmm.
Exactly same image, but I had taken another sunset image. I took sun from there and put it on this one.
Oh, okay. All right.
I'll add it to the group right now.
Okay.
So while we're discussing.
All right, it's in the photo stream then. Okay. All right, so this sun was not Photoshop. This is real sun. Okay.
Real stuff.
You got the fountain in the same part, and is there another fountain in a boat back there, or is that?
Yes.
Okay.
That's another fountain. They have like multiple fountains throughout this sort of lake, small lake, and they have some mountain shows that happens in the evening. I was not there till the evening, but they have some fountain shows or something that happens.
Okay. All right. So you got that one here, and it looks like there's another one back here. Nice reflection of the sun on them. And did you warm this up a little bit in Photoshop?
Yeah, a lot of it actually.
Yeah.
What I was doing throughout the day was I was underexposing all my images just to get sun look much better, or at least not very ugly. So I was underexposing all my images because I knew that it's much easier to recover darks or shadows in Lightroom than to recover highlights which are blown. But sun is obviously going to be blown. Sun is blown, but everything right next to sun is not blown, just because I really underexposed all the images.
Okay.
Like,
yeah.
One stop, slightly more than a stop.
Okay. All right. So it was a fair amount of underexposure. Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool. That's it. That's a great.
Did you happen to take this shot as a vertical instead of a horizontal? There's a couple things about it that I really want to see. First of all, I'd like to see the whole sun instead of the top being cropped off, but also being able to see where the water is coming from could be an interesting element. But the whole shot is vertical. That strong vertical line of the water just screams for this to be shot in the portrait orientation, at least from my perspective.
No, that's actually a good perspective, and I was standing right next to this waterfall, this fountain. Sorry, so I think in order to get the obviously there was there was some stairs and a railing where I was behind that railing, so obviously I couldn't get the bottom portion.
No.
So in order to get that, I would probably have to use a longer lens, and I'll have to shoot from the other side.
Okay, all right. So you probably
vertical.
Yeah. So the portrait orientation would have brought in a lot more distraction, maybe into the frame that you couldn't compensate for, given where you were at, probably.
Yeah, that was.
Yeah.
That, and at that time I was only carrying a wide-angle lens, and it just didn't occur to me that I could shoot it portrait. That composition just did not come in my mind at that time.
Yeah.
Otherwise, I would have thought about it. So
yeah.
I could do that actually.
Yeah, that's it. The colors are great. The reflection's great. And I love the all the texture that the fountain gives to that section. It's pretty cool.
I was expecting even more color. I mean, even more beautiful drops of water. It was looking much more beautiful than it came in the photograph, and the water drops were actually looking much better. And there was what you call a rainbow as well, which is definitely not visible here. So you deal with. I mean, you manage. You work with what you have. So there was no rainbow and everything. So.
What was your shutter speed?
I'm sorry.
Your shutter speed probably around 1,000.
I didn't get that.
Your shutter.
Come again?
What was your shutter speed? Your exposure.
Shutter speed. I don't know actually. Hang on. I think I can tell you.
I imagine it's fairly quick because he did stop the droplets.
Right.
I'm just wondering if the, with the sun, with the extreme backlighting, essentially just took out all of the texture of the droplets, the water droplets.
Mm-hmm.
It just you could perceive it with your eye, but the camera sensor couldn't pick up. Didn't have that big of a
1/2000th of a second. F8 and ISO 200, and I shot it at 44 millimeter.
Okay. So 2,000th. Okay. Yeah. So that's how you got all the little individual drops. But I'm wondering if just the sun, the extreme light coming on it, just took out, from the sensor's standpoint, just took out all of the detail in the drops that you saw with your eye. Yeah.
Yeah, could be.
Yeah.
It could be. While freezing, it just took some details of it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. The digital sensors are great, but they're not as good as the eye. That's the.
Oh, definitely.
Yeah.
Totally.
Some of these scenes that are extreme like this, the sensor does things that you normally wouldn't expect it to do. It can really just, the image can get really fouled up.
Mm-hmm.
Not saying that this one's fouled up, but I've experienced it with my camera where I was taking a picture of a red car on a bright sunny day, and it had flames on it, and those flames, the color, it just went completely bonkers with the sensor. It just got way oversaturated.
Yeah, whereas you saw it perfectly with my, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's, digital's cameras are great, technology's great, but nothing has replaced the human eye yet.
There's still a long way to go, you know.
Yeah, Now, I really like this one. Is this the one where you put the sun in here? Did you put the sun?
No.
No? Okay.
You'll see it. I have
you got
that
the link. Yeah, okay.
Yeah. No, I have put the image in the group. You'll see it at last.
But I love the feel, the vibe on this.
Yeah. A lot of people liked it, to my surprise. You know, it was not one of my most favorites, actually.
Yeah,
but
well, it's very graphical.
Yeah, it's almost like a painting.
Strong horizontal lines there, and the trees had a nice strong sense of place, and they also have a very good visual appeal as well.
Mm-hmm. You have the rays coming through the trees here.
Yeah.
And over here, so I mean that's really nice, and all the people are silhouetted pretty much. It just gives a very, I don't know, it's kind of like just a very interesting feeling to the whole image.
I don't know on your monitor, but on mine the blacks look really washed, kind of murky. They don't look rich. They could be brought down even more.
Mm-hmm.
I wasn't sure if it was my monitor or not.
I'm gonna move it over onto my monitor.
Yeah, I could bring them down even more if I wanted.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they have a little bit of maybe a little bit of not purple, but there's a little bit more light to the blacks. I think you are right, Frank.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you could probably bring that down a little bit, but okay, it's got a great feeling just the way it is. But yeah, it'd be interesting to see if you just brought the blacks down even more.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
it's a nice scene.
Yeah, it is. It's very nice. Yeah, it's almost like a drawing or painting or something, like somebody did something with,
like one of those greeting card things. That's what I thought when I was
processing. It's like pen and charcoal. I mean, it's just got that.
Somewhat like that.
Yeah, very interesting feeling to it. Yeah, that's a neat shot.
Thank you.
Going about their business. And here's a real piece of trash shot. Okay, sorry. Couldn't resist that. This was a back alley in Pittsburgh. We were out when I was up there about a month or so ago. We were walking from one place to the other, and we just walked past this alley. It was a pretty narrow alley, and there's just a lot of texture, the old brickwork, and the colors were pretty good. And the guy I was with, he went running down the alley because there were a lot of stairs and stuff that he made an HDR out of. And but I just noticed the texture of the brick and the puddles and that type of thing, and I thought that would look pretty good on film.
Mm-hmm.
So,
yeah.
Yeah, I like the processing on this. The contrast is really, really good.
Yeah, I took your hint from your message there, Frank, and I went and I dumped it into Photoshop, and I did add a levels layer on it, and play around with it a little bit. I'm getting to the point where I can actually do that.
No, this looks really good.
Yeah, it came out good. I did crop a little bit. I probably cropped it about 5%. All the way around, there was a van or something that was over here that was just kind of it didn't go, and then as a result of that, there was also a little bit of sky that was at the top of this building here that went out. So I got that out. But yeah, it was. I just like the texture of the bricks, and I thought the color, the real white bags, the dark shadows, and this was kind of red and orange. I mean, there were some interesting colors. there, so I thought
the dynamic range of film fascinates me the most. And look at the darkest part of this image, and look at the lightest part. None of it is overexposed.
Yeah. I mean, you got this real deep, dark black underneath the dumpster, and then this white over here. Yeah.
Nothing is overexposed. Everything is proper exposure. That dynamic range, that is the feeling that you cannot get with digital.
Yeah. And that's what I'm finding that I enjoy about film, especially black and white. It's just that range of light to dark that you can, if you expose it halfway close, you're going to get it.
Yep.
Right. Yeah. The tonality that you can get on film is pretty remarkable.
Mm-hmm.
Not necessarily the dynamic range, but for me, the tonality, especially if you look at older images, or even new images taken with larger formats, the 4x5, 8x10s, the gradation, the tones look almost silvery. They're just something you cannot get with the medium or smaller formats.
Yeah, I agree. It's I enjoy shooting film, especially black and white. So it's fun. Good compliment. Man, here's Rui's favorite new friend. That's a great shot there. Like that. Sitting on the tile, laying on the tile floor, looking up at you.
Yeah.
Feed me.
Something like that.
Yeah.
What are you doing? Just play with me.
Put the camera down and do that. Yeah.
A good subject for portraits.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Okay, with the 50mm f1.8 indoors. Did you use flash or is it just natural?
No, natural light from the back.
Okay. Very nice. Yeah. You got that, and then just having his right front paw in there makes it actually look more real than if it was just completely. If all you got was just his snout and head and shoulders.
Mm-hmm.
Nice.
You'd wonder if the dog was hit by a car or something.
Yeah.
Where's his legs? Where's his arms?
Yeah. Exactly.
No, I think it's a very cute shot.
Yeah, that's a great shot.
Thank you.
Cool dog.
Is there something on the floor there, just to the left of his snout?
Left bottom.
Yeah.
Yeah, just notice it.
A little goober.
Oh, this? Yeah, a little bug or something down here.
Yep.
Yeah. Well,
I
now,
didn't notice that.
If you can get rid of a security camera, you can get rid of that.
Yeah, I just want to ask, like, are you guys able to zoom in on the images now?
Oh, that.
I don't think so.
I can actually zoom into his nose and I can see the texture of the tiles.
It's got to be an app or something or an add-on because I'm actually viewing it on Google from the Flickr pool.
Mm-hmm.
Because on your screen share, everything is really, really small.
Okay.
I'm seeing your links in the URL the whole bit.
Yeah.
So I wanted to just get a closer view, but when I click on it, it goes to the next shot.
It goes to the next image. Yeah.
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 Same as me. Even in full screen.
Yeah. So.
I don't know how we can. Let's download. Here.
No, I don't have any apps installed. It's the normal thing.
There,
yeah,
how about
click
that?
on that.
That's better. That looks a little better. I just did the little thing here.
Yeah, when I click on this, it makes it the actual original size image. It zooms in that much.
Okay, yeah, when you click on this little double arrows up here, yeah. Okay, now you can't see. Yeah, you can't see the texture in his nose right there, yeah. And the whiskers. Yeah.
Texture on the.
Makes him even look more adorable. How about that? That's a great shot. Yep. Very photogenic dog.
If you wanted to, I don't know if you guys know this trick, but if you hold down the control button and then use your mouse wheel, you'll change the zooming. There you go.
Yeah.
Yep. Yeah, but the thing is that it actually zooms the whole page, so you can see the arrow getting bigger.
Yeah.
Right.
And
So if you exit the full screen, all the links and all the text and everything would be zoomed in.
Yeah. Well, if you post a full size image, not a limited, I guess it would zoom in. But yeah, that's a nice one.
Oh, and the worst thing is with full screen, at least in Firefox, which is where I'm trying. If you do that, control and zoom, the picture stays the same.
Oh, okay. All right. Yeah, I'm in Chrome and I do it. Yeah, and it just the arrows get bigger, as you can see. Well, you just need to upload the original size, the full size. Yeah. I'll get back to 100.
It's a pretty big image, actually. I can see it's the size is good. It's nice.
Yeah, that's a good one. Nice shot. All right, Tim, we got some ruins. Kentmere 400, huh?
Yeah, first time I've used that film.
Okay. I like it.
Yeah, I was quite impressed with it. I wasn't expecting much for a cheap film. I think it's on par. It's getting sort of to the HP5 standards.
Mm-hmm. Well, I think if I remember right, if I saw somewhere, Kentmere is actually made by Ilford.
Yeah, it is Ilford made.
It's like their generic brand.
Yeah, it's their budget range.
So it probably has similar characteristics, like you said, to the probably closer to the HP5 than the Delta, I would think.
Yeah.
But and so from a price perspective, Tim, was this about half the cost of like?
No, it's just by the time we work out. It's only about £4 for a roll of HP5. This is about £3.
Okay.
To me, it's not. When I've been reading forums, everyone's going, I use Kentmere, it's so much cheaper. Well, no, it's not ridiculously much cheaper to pay the extra £1, but I might get a couple of rolls of this, because this particular roll, I've decided to use it because it's a new camera. I've not used it before, so I didn't want to stick an expensive film through it and find that right or something.
And you got, this is the Nikon FM, huh? Okay.
Yeah. I thought I'd try and get older one, see what the fuss was about.
Okay.
I like it. I really like it.
Okay. Now, where did you get the camera?
So what was that?
Where did you get the camera? Did you buy it from a friend or?
It's an eBay job. Took a risk on it.
Mm-hmm. Cool.
It's really sharp.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, because it comes with a got a Tamron lens on it. Well, I've never tried it before, and I was really impressed. I thought for this non-Nikon lens, I was really impressed with it, especially as it's a zoom.
Huh. Okay. So is it like a 50 to or 35 to 70 zoom, or 50 to 100, or? That's it.
Yeah, there's the toy.
Okay.
Yeah, 35 to 70.
Okay. Yep. It's a nice little camera. Yeah. I've heard good things about the FMs as being good cameras. So.
Yeah, a lot of people, I've noticed in the forums, everyone seems to rant and rave about them. I thought, well, let's see what the fuss is about.
Mm-hmm.
I do like the fact it's fully mechanical.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it puts me off with AE one. I like to be able to laugh at digital people when their battery goes flat.
Yeah.
Because carry on shooting.
Yeah.
It's really hard to find a bad Nikon body.
Yeah.
They exist, but they're really hard to find.
Yeah. I really enjoy the I don't have a Nikon yet, but I have the Nikkormat, which I guess is pretty much
that's the Nikon product.
Yeah, it's their other brand name, and I really like it. I mean, that's the camera that my dad had as I was growing up. So I mean, it's a 50-year-old camera almost at this point, and they'll take great shots. And this is a nice shot. I love you got the two the foreground here, and the taller ruins in the background, and the people on here really helps the shot. Really helps the shot.
We're having a bit of a late summer. Summer's remembered it forgot last month, so I think it's come back this month. It's still hot over here at the moment. I think enjoying it.
Yeah, that's a very nice. It's a nice shot. Yeah.
Is it me or is it grainy?
It's a 400 ISO film, so there will be some grain to it.
Yeah, there's a little bit of grain. You can see it a little bit along the along the horizon line.
Did you develop it yourself, or get it developed?
I don't myself. I do my own film there.
And what did you use for? What developer did you use in this?
This is the T-Max. That T-Max is lasting forever.
Okay. So you just mixed up a batch of the T-Max and you've used it here for the last month or two, then, huh?
Yeah. So well, I tend to only one-shot my developers anyway. I make it as I want it. It's just lasted really well. According to the bottom, I'm about 2 months over life expectancy now, but I have not noticed any deterioration in it.
Okay. Good. No, I mean you're getting good contrast. I mean sharpness still seems to be pretty good. I mean you got nice. There's the dark black there in the window frame and the white. Yeah, that's a good range. That's nice.
I'm still not happy with my scanner. That robs a lot of detail.
Now, what scanner are you using?
Epson V370.
370. Okay.
My dad's got a Nikon Coolscan 4000 in it. It's a highly sought after scanner, and that just embarrasses this thing.
Yeah. I've been thinking about purchasing a slide or film specific scanner from Pacific Imaging, which I think is the same as. It's got a different name in Europe, but it's. It'll do 35 millimeter and medium format film, and I just haven't been. I don't want to drop as much money as they want for it.
Get a drone scanner.
Yeah, no, I'd have to win the lotto for that, Raj. That'd be like $30,000, $40,000.
I don't know how much they cost. I just know that you get 50 megabyte images, yeah.
Yeah, well, the one I'm looking at is around. I could probably get it for $750 to $1,000, and I've been looking at it for the last year. So I keep looking at it, and the price doesn't drop. I figure if I stare at it long enough, the price will drop, but it doesn't happen.
I would definitely read up on the article on user reviews for that particular brand.
Yeah, and that's the thing that's been holding me back a little bit. Is there just doesn't seem there's not that many good ones. They're called, although I've looked at a site, it's German. It's scannerreviews.net or something. It's a German site where the guys reviewed a lot of the scanners.
Yeah.
And they seem to like it, but then you see reviews where people say it's just a piece of junk, and other people love it. So. The reality is somewhere in the middle usually.
My Kodak scanner, my RFS 3600, it's the same. What was the company that you mentioned?
I think it's Pacific Image.
Right. They actually bought the rights to use that from Kodak, and I think they altered some of the guts and some of the software for it. But it's the same thing, and quite frankly, I spent $1,000 on this 14 years ago, and wouldn't do it again. Absolutely, wouldn't do it again. It'd be far better just to get your stuff scanned professionally.
Yeah, that's what's stopped me from purchasing it. To be honest, I like scanning my own images, and I want higher resolution, and I don't want to pay $15 for a scan, to send it out. That would be like, how many images would that be? Maybe 75 or 80 images, and that'd be over $1,000. So yeah, tough decision. I don't know.
Yeah. Shoot large format. I mean, if you're spending $15 on scanning, you might as well shoot large format.
Yeah, I might as well spend $15 a negative. Large format. But then you could scan that on a nice flatbread scanner and get really good resolution because you got a 4-inch negative, basically.
There you go.
Yeah. I'm not upset with medium format scanning because the negatives, 2 by 2 basically, 2.5 by 2.5, so you get good even at a couple thousand DPI, you get good scans. But it's the 35 millimeter that you need a higher resolution in order to get good quality scans.
DSLR, stick to DSLR.
Yeah.
Get yourself a good macro lens.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, exactly. A decent macro lens that will solve both your purpose. Get that 100 millimeter f2.8 lens. That's a very good lens, and I think it's less than $1,000.
Yeah,
and
Tamron's 90 is amazing too.
Tamron's 90 is a legendary lens. It's excellent for portraits, and it's a very good macro lens.
Right.
Everyone seems to love them, so you can use that one as well. So.
Yep, and do that and set up a light box and just have at it like that.
Yeah, and that way, the best part is that then you can import them to Lightroom and make some more adjustments, and then you can put them on Photoshops and make a lot more adjustments.
Yeah, I can turn that 20 megapixel original into a 200 megapixel monster by adding layers and all kinds of fun stuff to it.
Very easily.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about. Yeah, when I've done a few multi-layered images, and yeah, it can get really up there.
Oh, you do that with raw out of your camera, Frank, and yeah, you very easily got 250 megapixel.
I start at 225.
Yeah,
that's how big the image is.
So now you're getting a gig. You're getting a gig. I mean, you're getting a gig to 2 gig image. Yeah.
Yeah, very, very, very quickly. And I've had a few of them go up as high as 6 gigs.
Yeah.
When I'm taking multiple images.
And Frank, your camera has a CCD sensor?
That's correct.
Right, and CCD sensors are slightly superior than CMOS sensors in terms of color reproduction, right? The ISO performance is not as good, but
yeah. Some people will argue that it makes no difference. Some people say CCD is currently is superior to the CMOS, but you really got to be a pixel peeper to see much of a difference. I think it's mostly in the color.
Videos, yeah, in the video world, I mean, like film world, because CCDs were standard for filmmaking.
Well, that's because the way the images or how the pixels are sampled. When you take a look at a CMOS sensor, what it does is it looks at each pixel one by one and takes the voltage from each pixel one at a time, left to right, and goes in a sequential manner. But with the CCD sensor, after the exposure, it then takes all of the information from each pixel as that charge is actually saved by the pixel. So during the exposure, during the exposure, what it's doing is actually reading them much faster than what the shutter could actually open and close at. So if you were photographing, let's say, the fans of a propeller or a fan blade, you would get these really weird-looking artifacts because by the time it reads this pixel and by the time it reads the last pixel, you've got a rolling shutter as opposed to a global shutter.
CCD doesn't have rolling shutters. That's why
in global shutters.
Yeah. So CCDs were standard for filmmaking. That's why.
That's correct.
The color reproduction is, I mean, we see a significant difference in color reproduction while shooting films. Like, have you ever seen comparison of Canon and Nikon images? You would see that Nikon images have that green tint, and Canon images have that magenta tint.
Oh, do they?
Right?
Okay.
So if you compare CCD and CMOS, you see green tint in CMOS, and CCD colors are not anything. They're like very true to the real thing,
Neutral.
Like very accurate, sort of neutral, very neutral. They have slight blue tint, but that's like really negligible as compared to the green tint that CMOSs have.
Well, even during the film days, I would talk to plenty of people who shot both Nikons and Canon on their, professionally, and they were saying how the Nikons tend to be cooler, and the Canon lenses tend to be a little bit on the warmer side. So that pretty much mirrors what you were saying. You were saying it's green on the Nikon and kind of magenta, warmer on the Canon side. I guess it's just the way the sensors read the light coming from the lenses.
All right.
Which is interesting.
Yeah. Well, I know the CMOS sensors have gotten better, but they're still not quite as. You don't have as much of the rolling shutter effect as you used to, say, even 2 or 3 years ago, right? I mean, that's not quite as prominent.
It all depends on how fast it can read the information from each pixel.
So that must be what they've sped up, is the process of reading to counteract the motion. Yeah. Interesting. Well, with film, you don't have to worry about that. There's no rolling shutter. There's just dynamic range to spare. That's right. Yeah. That's a good shot. Okay, here it is. Here's the last image. This is with the artificial sun, the inserted sun.
Yeah, it's the real sun, but it comes from another image. And what I did was I pasted, I created a layer, I pasted the sun, and I kept on changing the blending mode. And when I reached blending mode, lighten, I think lighter color or lighting, the light one. Lighter color, I think that was the blending mode. Then what happened is whatever I had with sun, that got disappeared, and only thing that was visible was sun. So editing was very simple. All I did was I cropped sun from the other image, and the sun came with some orange color and other things, which almost became invisible. I mean, I did not do anything extra, and I don't think you can see anything next to sun, which was there in the other image.
No, I mean it looks.
Blending mode is
very good. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. It looks like it should be there, like it was there when you took it. Yeah.
So the blending mode was all I did was change the blending mode from normal to light or something. Lighting, I think. Okay. Lighten or something.
Lighten, I guess.
Yeah. Lighten? Yeah.
So is that what lighten the edges? Is that how it blends then?
I think it chooses the lighter color of either layers. So whichever is lighter.
That's what you would do with Star Trail, for example. You stack up all the photos, and each one is a layer, and you choose the blending mode as lighten, and it gives you the Star Trail.
Okay. All right. So it just finds the lighter pixels and uses those then. Okay. Yeah. All right.
Yeah,
cool.
Good job.
Yeah, that's very nice. I like that. Between the two, this one and I guess this one, huh?
Yeah.
Exactly the same image, just with the sun in there.
This one gives you a much better focal point.
Yeah, it does.
You've got to, because with the other one you have a vista without really anything to really look at.
Yeah.
And this tree really just the tree and everything else just frames that sun very well.
Yeah, it does. Actually, looking at it, kind of right around there. Yep. That's a very good job. That's a great alternate shot. I like that.
Yeah.
Thanks.
Colors are great.
And the good thing, I would call it a series. All the 3 images.
Mm-hmm.
They all look great because they all have that silhouette feeling to them.
Yeah, they do.
They do make a good series. I would say.
Yep, sunset silhouette series or something. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And this one, I think you could add this one to it as well, just as an alternate.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, so you really have.
They were all shot in the same park.
Yeah. Yep. That's it. I think I don't know. It's tough. I really like this one, and then out of the two, one with the sun and one without, it's close. Yeah, I think this one might be compared to the one without the sun. This one might be a little bit better. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Very nice. Yeah, that's a great job. Photoshopping.
Thanks.
Very good. All right. Well, I think we are done. I'll post a link in the group, and I'll also do it on Google Plus with themes. But if we just use the tags MPS Boca and MPS Fall, I think we can post some images. Are you guys signed up for the global Kelby Worldwide Photo Walk in your area? I think that's the 11th, 2 weeks from yesterday.
Yeah, I'm signed up.
Okay, I've got to go and sign up for our local one.
It's actually walking distance from my house, the start point, so.
Oh, cool.
Not that hard to get to.
You might as well go.
Yeah.
Walk to the photo walk. Yeah.
Walk to the walk, yeah.
Is there one in Lisbon that you're aware of?
Yeah, I was actually going to ask you that. What's the name of the photo walk?
If you go Kelby Worldwide Photo Walk, KELBY.
Yeah, I know. I think I looked for it a day.
Let me see.
Didn't do one.
2014.
Find a walk.
Yeah, it's just kelby1.com/photowalk. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And they've got him a lot of cities. He's done a good job of promoting it. And I'm gonna find a walk right now. I know we've got one. We've got 2 or 3 here in the Atlanta area, so I think I'm gonna go to the one up.
Oh, there's gonna be one, yeah.
Cool.
I think I searched for it when I heard about it, but they didn't have any information in Portugal neither.
Oh, okay.
Lisbon, so now I've seen it.
Yeah, I bet you there's one in New Delhi too, Raj.
Okay.
I would imagine.
There has to be.
Yeah, that's one of the biggest cities.
It's capital.
Yeah, so it says there's 8 in. Let me see, New Delhi. Yeah, I'm sure there is one there. As to what time? This will be. I've gone to once the last 3. Yeah, there's 2 in New Delhi. It looks like. So far. One on New Delhi, Prasad Nazir Lake, and the other one, Fountain of Oneness.
I don't know either places.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So there's 2 of them there. Looks like there's 2 official photo walks in New Delhi on the 11th.
Okay.
Yeah.
What's the name of the walk?
If you just go to the link I posted in the chat, kelby1.com.
Kelby. Okay. Is it like done by Scott Kelby?
Yes, it is. It's Scott Kelby's deal. I don't know how many years he's done it. 4 or 5 or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm sure there's one in London, Tim. There's probably 3 or 4 in London.
He's actually leading the one in London.
Oh, you are? Well, congratulations. I guess, yeah. Tim knows where one is at. He's leading one.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. So we got a bunch. So which one are you leading, Tim?
I don't know where you got that from. I ain't leading one. I knew there was.
I was saying Scott Kelby is leading one in London.
Oh.
Yeah, he keeps on. Scott Kelby, I know him. He was a very big Nikon shooter back in the day. I think he switched from Nikon to Canon or something.
I think he did, yeah. Well, he says sponsored by Canon, so I hope he switched. If he's still shooting Nikon, it was sponsored by Canon at the But yeah, there's multiple ones in and around London, so pretty cool. Yeah.
He's an expert in Photoshop as well.
Yes, he is one of the Photoshop gurus. He does all the Photoshop classes all over the place. Okay, well, yeah, hopefully you guys can sign up for that. That's going to probably be my next opportunity for an organized photo walk is going to be there. That'll be a very special day for me, too, so I'm looking forward to it. That's the day I start my second half century on Earth. Yeah. So it'll be a fun way to spend at least the morning of my birthday.
Yep.
So we'll do that, and hopefully get some images that fall in with our theme for the month. So thanks for joining in, everybody. Great show. Got some good images. We got some themes some incentive to go out and use the camera, whether it's film or digital. We don't care. Just take photos and post them to the group, and we can talk about.
And if you don't get bokeh, Photoshop it and make it blurred.
You can't do the. You can learn how to Photoshop it in. If all you have is like an f8 lens, you can make it an f1.8 in Photoshop.
I was not here for some time, so I had many images, and I had like 3 images specifically for this thing, where I had like awesome bokeh at f8, 3 images. So f8 can give you like really good bokeh, and I'm not talking about like a lot of distance, a plant, and all right, I'll show you the image right now.
Yeah.
One of them. So give me 1 second. Okay. I'll put it in the group. It's already there on
you can
Flickr.
Share your screen, I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can share the screen actually. Hang on. How do I share the screen? Technologically handicapped. Give me 1 second. Okay, so screen share. And what do I do after that?
You just click on it.
Okay, it's asking me which screen I want to share. Hang on. So I'll go to my photo stream. Yeah. This image I'm talking about. So just a second. Audacity, Lightroom, no. I want to share this one. Okay. So, can you see this?
At the moment.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Good.
Can you see this?
No.
No,
Not
I can't see it yet. You gotta click on the screen and then click Start Screen Share.
Share. Okay. Now it must have started now.
There we go.
Can you see that?
Okay.
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay. So this was shot at f8. I don't know. For some reasons, I don't know why it does not. I'll have to find out a way to bring in this EXIF information, which it leaves for some reason. But can you see the bokeh? And it's the part of the same plant.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Okay. Cool.
And we are at f8 in this. In fact, that day I shot almost everything at f8.
Okay. Hey, that's another good theme. You just pick an f-stop.
Yeah.
Yep.
The month of November will be f8. Cool.
All right, let's do bokeh with f8 or f5.6. Yeah. It's very easy to get a bokeh at 1.2 or 1.4.
Yeah.
Let's get bokeh at
f8. If we do bokeh, then you have to. If you submit an image with that theme, then you have to talk. Then we have to know what it was. Was it f8 or was it f1.8?
Yeah, well, not everyone has 1.8 or 1.2 lenses.
That's true. Okay, f5.6. You can do that.
f5.6.
Everybody's got that. Yeah. Or you can do f8 too, as Raj shows. You can do it. So, all right. So there's your incentive to get out and shoot here for the next few weeks. Submit
bokeh and fall
with those tags. Yep. Bokeh and fall. So we're good. Thanks everybody. We are past the official finishing time, but I appreciate everybody popping in. Got good images, and look forward to some new ones next week. So, till then, take care, everybody. Appreciate it.
See ya.
See ya. Have a good week, everybody. Bye.
Bye.